break down each movie genre also when it comes into this energy. So look, check this out. Right now, the sun. The sun energy is spotlight, joy, happiness, fun, and being aware of others or the environment or the surroundings. The moon, connection, emotional, self-aware, going deep within in some way, shape, or form, or a self-analysis, or a movie, or not even gonna say a movie, but narrative kind of energies, or the moon. If it's a movie that's based upon the moon, this is like movies that have a narrator in it. It's coming from one person's perspective, one person's life, how they grew up, and the meanings and reasons why they do what they do in some way, shape, or form. That's a movie that's using heavy moon energy. But the moon itself, connection, emotional, and self-aware. Mercury, thinking, puzzles, talkative, and informational. So any movie that's correlated into that, which I'm gonna get specific with the jobs, but I'm just doing it overall right here. Mercury, thinking, puzzles, talkative, informational. Venus, love, value, indulging, pleasures, and lostness. Mars, war, action, passion, sex, aggressiveness. Low-key darkness. Jupiter, mystery, religious, adventure, uplifting. Saturn, realistic. Uranus, change, rebellion, detachment, extreme. Neptune, mystic, dreamy, imaginative, illusions. Pluto, death, transformation, deep, sneaky, and darkness. So Mars would just be dark. Pluto will be darkness. So darkness is an overall scary movie, a whole movie dark. Mars is just dark. You might have a dark individual like the Joker or Batman or just a dark individual, but the movie ain't dark itself. You just got a person that's in a dark shit though. You know what I'm saying? But Pluto itself, the movie is dark itself. Like what's that movie? When it was in the woods and shit like that. It was one of the first movies that they did with regular cameras and shit like that. The Witch, something and something. I forgot what it was called. The Witch, the Blair Witch. It might have been a Blair Witch. It might have been Blair Witch. It might have been that, if I ain't mistaken. Might have been. It might sure. Y'all said it, so yeah, it's confirmed. It's Blair Witch. Yep. All right. Yeah, like movies like that overall. Saw, Jason. You know what I'm saying? Jason had Mars and Pluto in it. You know what I'm saying? Because not only was Jason aggressive, he got abused alone kid. So that's Aries, and he was all aggressive and swords and shit like that with the mask, and it was a scary movie. Freddy Krueger is more like Neptune and Pluto. So it's in your dreams, but it's still scary. Neptune and Pluto. You know what I'm saying? Jason, Mars and Pluto. You know what I'm saying? Like they be used, so they same way how I broke down earlier. They do little sextiles and shit like that, but the main theme be the main planet, and then they add certain other shit with it. And each movie got a certain theme, a certain planet that add other shit with it. But we're gonna get into that. So, like I said, Neptune, mystic, dreamy, imaginative, illusions. Pluto. I said Pluto. Pluto, voodoo. That's where voodoo come from. Pluto. Oh shit. But like I said, death, transformation, dark, deep. Darkness, sneaky. Now, here's the thing. And suspense and shit like that. Now, the sun, well, not Pluto can be a little bit suspenseful, but that's kind of like Mercury too, because you have to figure out some logic. But if it's suspense about a death, that's Pluto, a movie based on Pluto. Like that movie Misery Loves Company. That's a movie based on Pluto. Add Mercury with it and shit like that and shit. But all right, so now as far as the movie genres based upon the planets itself and its motherfucker, yep, Chucky got motherfucking Mars, Venus in that shit, and so it's Pluto based because it's a scary movie. But then they got Mars because he's a little crazy motherfucker, a little scary, a little crazy motherfucker. And it's Venus, a little crazy motherfucker in love, and it's a toy. So it's based upon indulgence or pleasure in some way, shape, or form. And so he be switching sides between smiling and being angry and shit like us, being a good dog and that nice the Mars and Venus shit for real. But the movie is Pluto, real shit. That's like, yep. I try to do the motherfucking part 2 because we're gonna break down each and the narrative, aka the vibration that put you in. and how we carry out these same traits every day in our lives, because they based on virtues in the Bible. So that's what part 2 going to be about, breaking down specific movies like The Matrix. So Chucky, I'm throwing one in there, all kind of shit. I want to sit back and have time so I can name a good like 20, 30 movies that all of us are extra familiar with in this motherfucker. Like household name movies and shit like that and shows. But like Chucky, that's one of them in this motherfucker. Like The Sun. So on The Sun, this is comedy. So now the subgenres are comedy. It'd be like spring break, vacational movies, fun movies, you know what I'm saying, and things of that nature. Things, kid movies, childlike movies. A good movie. It made me feel like a kid again, or some shit like that, or it took me back. And shit. Like the movie The Wood. That'd be the sun mixed in with the moon. You know what I'm saying? So the sun, it shows you it's from a person, and it's from a person's perspective also. So that's the moon. But then it's the sun because it's about a person in an environment. They moved into another environment, and then they moved to the West Coast. So it's sunny over there, but not just utilizing the sun. They had to pay attention to the environment, what's going on, pay attention to other people's actions, correlated with their actions, find their individuality in that. All that is sun energy. Then they use the moon, aka coming from one person's perspective, and is dealing with memory and shit like that. Sparks the sun and the moon. So we feel good after we watch a movie like that, like The Wood. Or something like that. Like, damn, okay, that's what's up. Yeah, stuff I went through when I was in school, or when like we all had those kind of conversations after that kind of shit. So like The Sun, comedy, spring break, vacational, kid movies, or movies that bring your child's like spirit back in harmony in some way, shape, or form. Tales from the Hood, that's my motherfucking shit. That's my motherfucking shit. That used to be my favorite part of the movie at the end. When these motherfuckers realized they was in hell. I used to love that part. Dude looked at them and started laughing. His little CGI ass tongue start coming out and shit like that. Motherfucking yeah, nigga, y'all in hell now, nigga. You in hell now. They thought they was having a good time. They thought they was game banging and all that kind of shit. Homeboy thought he was getting over. He thought he was killing niggas. He thought it was wrong. He thought it was all kind of shit. Hell yeah. You goddamn right. You motherfuckers is in hell, bitch. You better believe it. Rock the motherfuckers and sleep. That's what I say. Y'all better be careful coming across these bums and shit like that. They be knowing more than y'all. But y'all disrespect them and shit like that and things because y'all don't know what's going on. Motherfucker, fuck around, your ass end up in hell or some shit like that. And then when your ass get to hell, the motherfucker first face you see is that bum you spit on. You better believe it. You better believe it, motherfucker.